tires and one. He said, boy, the road don't care about excuses, just get it done. We'd haul the bales in July, heat $2 and a prayer. He never wore a watch, just knew the time by light and air. Mama kept the books on notebook paper, pencil smudged and worn. She said every number means a sacrifice, treat him with respect. I learned geometry from fence lines, algebra from you. They didn't give me graduation suits or speeches. They gave me blistered hands and stubborn reaches for something better, though they never named it that. Dirt road education, that's what I saw. Things you can't be taught inside a parking lot. Every mile of gravel, every field I walked was a classroom full of lessons that the teachers never taught about. The patience and the persistence and the pride of a man who lives a life from the inside. Dirt road education, I wouldn't trade a day for all the university diplomas on display. Dirt road education made me who I am today. Seventh grade they tested me and said I was behind. They put me in the slower class and I didn't mind, because by then I'd already fixed a broken irrigation pump, diagnosed a sick calf. I knew how soil changed color when it needed lime. I knew how to read the sky for rain 3 hours before the time. My teacher said you'll never go to college at this rate. My daddy said, son, don't let other people write your fate. They didn't give me graduation suits or speeches. They gave me blistered hands and stubborn reaches for something better, though they never named it that. Dirt road education, that's what I saw. Things you can't be taught inside a parking lot. Every mile of gravel, every field I walked was a classroom full of lessons that the teachers never taught about. The patience and the persistence and the pride of a man who lives a life from the inside. Dirt road education, I wouldn't trade a day for all the university diplomas on display. Dirt road education made me who I am today. Dirt road education made me who I am today. Education made me who I am today. Now I run 20 acres and I employ 3 men. I know every law and every clause about my land. I read the markets, I negotiate, I plan. And people ask me where I got so smart to understand. I say I had the finest teachers that this country grows. I learned from soil and weather and the things a farmer knows. I learned from tired hands and early mornings and from failure. I learned from a dirt road and I couldn't be prouder. Dirt road education, the kind that sticks. No textbook ever taught me what that gravel taught to fix. For everything that breaks you, every storm that tries to drown you, it's the stubborn kind of knowing that you're raising put around you. Dirt road education, God, I'm grateful every day for the blistered hands and lessons that they poured along the way. Dirt road education, I carry it with pride. Dirt road education, it never leaves my side. Dirt road education, it never leaves my side. Dirt road education, it never leaves my side. Dirt road education, I carry it with pride. Dirt road education, it never leaves my side. We bought it for not much, 2 acres and a shell of a house that needed everything. Lord, it's hard to tell where the work began and where the person began again, because we're both in serious disrepair. And then fixing of the house began to fix the man who'd been undone by 40 years of tricks. The economy had played the layfolf and the loss, and everything I thought was permanent across. My wife said, let's just try it, let's grow something. She knows me, knows I need a project, something tangible to pour myself into. So we drove an hour from the city to this overgrown cove, a property walked through the weeds and the neglect. And she said, I see what this could be. I put my check beside hers, every saving we had left, and we signed on a Tuesday that changed the whole direction of my mind. 2 acres doesn't sound like much to some folks, but to a man who'd been reduced to living on hope and stock, it was a universe, it was a whole second life. 2 acres and a dream, that's where we started. 2 acres and a dream, the flag broke in the big-hearted. 2 acres of potential, with a house that barely stood. 2 acres and a dream, God, it's been so good. The blisters and the setbacks, and the things we learned too late. The garden that came in too fast, the fence that wouldn't gate, the septic tank adventure of the worst October yet. 2 acres and a dream, I haven't given up on it. Year 3, the tomatoes finally came in right. We canned enough to last us through the winter every night. We'd sit and look at all those jars and feel a thing that working for somebody else had never been able to bring. A sufficient piece of proof of life, a thing we made from grounding. We rented a place in town, it's fine, it's so small. It's small. We painted the kitchen yellow, hung the kids' art on the wall. It doesn't have the yard or the particular light that came through the old kitchen window on a Saturday bright. Winter morning, but it has us and we're still here together, which is the whole architecture still that matters. Not the square footage or the equity, but the people in the kitchen, that's the recipe for home. And I'm rebuilding. Foreclosure Friday, I survived the paperwork. Foreclosure Friday, even when the system jerked the ground right out from under everything I poured. Foreclosure Friday, I still had what I stored in the people, in the love that's not a deed recorded, in the county, the real wealth I'm not afforded by a bank. No bank can give it or can take it. Foreclosure Friday, and I'm gonna make it out the other side, building something new. Foreclosure Friday, I'm not finished, I'm not through. I've sinned enough for 2 men and repented for a third. I've broken my own promises and not kept to my word. I've walked out of a room when I should have stayed and fought. I've let my pride destroy the very things I thought I couldn't live without. I stared into into the empty and talked loud and talked about them. Only choices and the cost. Only to myself, the choices and the costs, and all the beautiful and grievable things I've lost. I found religion late, not in a church but on a ridge above the valley where I'd driven to the bridge. One November night when I had nothing left to prove, and the cold was so complete it nearly stopped my groove. A thought and something in the stillness spoke to me. Not words exactly, just a presence, just a key that turned inside my chest and opened something locked. That turned inside my chest and opened something locked. And I sat there on that cold hood till the sun unlocked. Not every man finds grace on his first asking. Not every wound heals in the first plastering. But gravel roads lead somewhere if you walk them. Gravel and grace, that's the road I've walked. Rough beneath the feet, but worth the talk. But where it leads and what it costs to come this far. Gravel and grace, every scar a star in the constellation of life that fully broken. Gravel and grace, it's not a poetic notion. It's the actual texture of a man who's been remade by gravel and grace and the mornings that don't fade into excuses. Gravel and grace. My ex-wife sat across from me at coffee last July. She said, "You seem different," and I couldn't quite say why. In a way she'd understand, so I said I found the floor. And once you find the floor, you understand the door is always up. There's always somewhere better than the bottom, taking everything away for good. It's just a chapter, you keep on going toward the after. And I believe it is. I met men in church basements who've done things I'd never do, and watch them carry themselves with the dignity straight through to the other side of shame. And I stopped needing to understand the mechanism of the receiving into grace. I just know it happens, it came me on a rigid November, and it set me free. On a rigid November, and it set me free. Not from consequences, gotta pay my share, but from the prison of believing nothing waits out there. Gravel and grace, this is the only road I know how to walk now. Carry this load of who I was and who I'm slowly becoming. Gravel and grace, I keep on running toward the something better on the other end of trying. Gravel and grace, I'm done pretending or denying. I need both the rough and the divine. Gravel and grace. Gravel and grace. Just grace. We bought it for not much, 2 acres and a shell of a house that needed everything. Lord, it's hard to tell where the work began and where the person began again, because we both in serious disrepair. And then something in the fixing of the house began to fix the man who'd been undone by 40 years of tricks the economy had played, the lafe open the loss, and everything I thought was permanent across. My wife said, let's just try it, let's grow something. She knows me, knows I need a project, something tangible to pour myself into. So we drove an hour from the city to this overgrown cove of property, walked through the weeds and the neglect, and she said, I see what this could be. I put my check beside hers, every saving we had left, and we signed on a Tuesday that changed the whole direction of my mind. 2 acres doesn't sound like much to some folks, but to a man who'd been reduced to living on hope and stock, it was a universe. It was a whole second life. 2 acres and a dream. 2 acres and a dream. That's where we started. 2 acres of potential with a house that sit and look at all those jars and feel a thing. They're working for somebody else I've never been able to bring. A sufficientness, a proof of life, a thing we made. From ground we understood because we'd stayed. With it through failure, gardening and marriage are the same. You stay when it's not easy and you learn the other's name for what it actually is, not what you hoped it was. 2 acres and a dream. God, it's been so good. 2 acres and a dream. 2 lives in places it can't be exported, in hands that know the heft of things unrecorded. In any database or agricultural manual, the knowing is entirely annual to the person when it goes. And I am racing the calendar, God knows, to learn, to carry it what I'm able, to keep one thread of this tradition viable. Last good farmer, and I'm not worthy yet. Last good farmer, but I haven't given up on it. I'm out at 5 beside him in the cold November air. I'm watching how he reads the sky. I'm learning how to care for land the way that caring takes a lifetime. Caring takes a lifetime to develop. Last good farmer, let me be the envelope that carries some of what you know into the next long day. Last good farmer, please, please don't let it all just fade away. Last good farmer. I leave when they're sleeping, 2 children, a wife. I kiss the air above their heads and step into the night. The highway quiet, the loading dock alive, with the kind of men who understand what it means to drive your body past its preference for the sake of something solid, something called a mortgage, something called the promise you made when you said I do, and then kept on saying, with the alarm and the steel-toed boots and the paying forward of a life you're building in the dark. My daughter left me a drawing on the dashboard yesterday, a horse and what I think is me, or maybe it's okay if it's just a person. Yellow circle, head and stick arm. She wrote daddy underneath in letters like small forms of alphabet, uneven and entirely sincere. I drive with it taped up where I can see it clear in the rear view on the bad nights when the shift runs long and the body says enough and the mind says hold on. The night shift doesn't know your name or your daughter's drawing. The night shift doesn't care about your back or your morning that you'll sleep through. It just needs the hours you've got. Night shift lullaby, I'm singing it to them while they're sleeping and I'm working at the hem of day and dark. Night shift lullaby, everything I give into the dark comes back to them in daylight, small but real. Night shift lullaby, Father's midnight deal, I'll take the hours nobody else wants. I'll sing this night shift lullaby, all fronts of exhaustion for the ones who sleep. My boy is 7 charism, which is not dramatic but is stubborn, is the same thought every night. This is what I chose, and these are who I chose it for. Not glamorous, not glory, not what Hollywood explores as the masculine, just tired and reliable, and they're showing up and showing up and showing up with care. Night shift lullaby, all fronts for the ones who sleep. I'll teach you hired and allow resentment, how to love with love without the need of other people's feelings, how to hold your grief without it making you go cold. I'll teach you how to say I'm sorry first. I'll teach you how to love through the worst of seasons, how to stay when staying is the harder call. I'll teach you how to get back up each time you fall, and not to make the falling mean too much. I'll fail you in the ways all fathers fail their sons, in the ways I can't predict, the unintentional ones that show up in therapy at 35, when you're finally honest about being alive and what it cost. And I'll ask your forgiveness then, the way I hope my Father will ask mine. And when you give it real, the way I'm learning to, because forgiveness is the only thing that's true between two people who have loved imperfectly. Letter to a son not born yet, here's the ending. Letter to a son not born yet, I'm still learning everything I hope to teach you, I'm a student too. Letter to a son not born yet, the truth. I love you more completely than I have the words for. I love you in the way I never had a word before tonight, before you were almost real. Letter to a son not born yet, here's the deal. I'll show up imperfect but consistent. I love you loud and close and not distant. Letter to a son not born yet from dad, the best and most devoted student that you've had. Letter to a son not born yet, so completely here. Store, Marie's cap, shaking hands. Old enough to be my granddad, just trying to understand which brand of soup was cheaper. Reading glasses perched on a nose that seen the kind of weather that has scorched everything clean away. And I stopped and said, thank you, sir, for your service. And he nodded and said, which war? I said, sir. He said, which one? I've done a couple. And then he smiled and said, the grad I'm humble for. He was at Incheon in Korea, 51. He said the cold was something that undid the sun right out of a man. He said he lost two friends before breakfast on a Tuesday, and the way it ends for some of them, he gestured out the window vaguely. And then he picked the cheaper soup and nodded stately and moved along the aisle before I found the words to say, and every Veterans Day still hurts. But the man in the soup all tells the actual tale of what it costs a person to have served. Veteran Isle, Veterans Day, we say our thank yous in the American way, and go about our business with our cards and our receipts, while old men navigate the grocery store on uncertain feet. Veteran Isle, Veterans Day, what do we really owe the ones who had to pay? They didn't get back home. One yellow ribbon and a single day of soul. I've got a cousin who came back from overseas. 3 tours, she doesn't sleep in rooms where she can't see. All the exits, she sits with her back against the wall. At every restaurant, she jumps at certain calls. It sounds she's home but not entirely lives. Into world simultaneously and gives everything she's got to seem okay to seem the person that she was before. It's not a dream she wakes from, it's the wake and that's the work. Veteran Isle, Veterans Day. We say our thank yous in the American way and go about our business with our cards and our receipts while old men navigate the grocery store on uncertain feet. Veteran Isle, Veterans Day. The economy keeps moving and inevitably the economy keeps moving and inevitably the math will shift and some executive somewhere will say the numbers don't support it, won't be there. To see Jim listen to the silence where the machine was, won't be there to see Maria her locker butt. The work was real, the lives were real, the dignity was real, and nobody can audit that away. Nobody can steal what these hands have built and what these years have meant. Monday at the mill, the most honest ground I know. Monday at the mill, where real armies grow. Monday at the mill, where real armies grow. From human work and human will and human showing up. Monday at the mill, I raise my thermos cup to every man and woman who has ever punched the clock, who has shown up in the early cold without a lot of thanks or recognition, just the work and the wage. Monday at the mill, this is a real American page. Monday at the mill. Monday at the mill. The most honest ground I know. Monday at the mill. She's got 112,000 miles and a crack in the dash, radio that only gets Sam, a rear bumper held with a lasher wire and good intentions. She lifts a little left on Highway 9 but holds her line with a kind of unbereft dignity. This truck has seen the worst roads of my life. She hauled the stuff away when I walked out on my first swipe. She carried gravel and she carried grief with equal ease. She starts every morning, knock on wood, and she's the key. I bought her new in '99, first real purchase of my own. Drove her off the lot and down the highway straight toward home, which was an apartment over a laundromat in town. She's watched me lose and find my footing up and down. 3 jobs, 2 marriages, house, the early retirement of that dream, a daughter born and grown and gone. She's heard me screaming to the steering wheel on a Tuesday in November. She's kept every secret on Tuesday in November. She's kept every secret she's never told a member. Men put their whole lives in their trucks and don't say why, but old trucks hold the truth. Old trucks never lie. What kind of man has been behind the wheel? Old trucks never lie. The miles say everything. Old trucks never lie. The rust and the suffering built into the panels of a vehicle that stayed when other things were temporary, when other things decayed. Old trucks never lie. The seat remembers the shape of every version of the man who couldn't escape his need for something real and something running. Old trucks never lie. They just keep coming back to trucks each morning. Old trucks never lie. My boy wants me to trade her in, get something newer, clean. I said, son, there are things about this truck that can't be seen on a Carfax. There are 50,000 conversations with myself on highway roads at every elevation of my life. There are decisions made in this cab that changed the whole trajectory. Every good and bad turn I ever took, she was the ground beneath my thinking. I'd sooner sell my boots than send her blinking. I'd sooner sell my boots than send her blinking into some used lot to be someone else's story. Old trucks never lie. The miles say everything. Old trucks never lie. The rust and the suffering built into the panels of a vehicle that stayed when other things were temporary, when other things decayed. Old trucks never lie. The seat remembers the shape of every version of the man who couldn't escape his need for goes from nothing into everything, and one thing that says more. Life seems possible, the whole east just breaking open. I drive into it, the sky unspoken. Between what I imagine life would be and what it is this. A man who loves his kids enough to move through darkness so their mornings are provided. A man to move through darkness so their mornings are provided. A man who chose a life and then decided to show up for it. Every unromantic inch of a night shift lullaby. I'm coming home at dawn. Night shift lullaby. The dark is nearly gone. I'll put my boots beside the door and crawl in beside her warm and sleep until the afternoon and then return to form. By 5, by dark, by the same familiar drive. Night shift lullaby, I'm grateful I'm alive to give this, to have someone worth the dark for. Night shift lullaby, that's what a father works for. Night shift lullaby. Night shift lullaby. Night shift lullaby. My uncle kept them both beside the bed. The bottle and the Bible, that's just how he read. The world, the sacred and the self-destruction, living side by side without any deduction of one from the other. He'd pour a glass and pray. He'd read the songs and drink his night away. He wasn't hypocritical, he was just honest about the war inside him and the modest territory he could hold against the craving. Was a good man caught in the enslaving, full of something bigger than his willpower. He prayed for help and drank through every hour. The prayer didn't seem to take, or maybe it did take in ways I couldn't see in every single heartache. He survived and every morning he got up again. There might have been a mercy working quiet in the glen. I'm not here to judge the way a man survives. I'm here to say I've known some complicated lives, and simple answers don't do them justice. The bottle and the Bible, two things that he needed. The bottle and the Bible, the war inside him heated. Between the man he wanted to be and the one the bottle made. The bottle and the Bible laid side by side, afraid of the contradiction, cause real life is contradiction. Real men are made of light and dark addiction. There's something worth of worship, women or the bottle. The bottle and the Bible, he was living at full throttle of human. The bottle and the Bible. He got sober at 62, 12-step sponsor, all of it. He called me when he had his year and said I'm finally fit to be the man the Bible's been describing all this time. I put the bottle on the shelf, took me a lifetime. He said the bottle isn't evil, I just used it wrong. I used it to be quiet, things that needed to be strong. Out loud I drank my feelings into silence every night, and all they wanted was to live and breathe in daylight. Of human, the bottle and the Bible. There's a man in every truck cab who is private, with his truest self in ways that don't survive it. The open air of other people, something about the driver's seat makes a man more honest, hands attending to the street, unspooling out ahead. No one can see you tear up. No one's watching when you have to pull over and clear up the thing that's been living on your chest for 3 weeks. Just a man who rode a truck and a peace that he seeks. Old trucks grandfather worked the plant for 37 years. He came home every Friday with a six-pack and the beers he'd earned. Grandma'd have his dinner on the table warm. He never talked about the work except to say its form and function. Boy, you show up and you do your part. He punched the clock before the sun and left in the dark. He missed some birthday parties, missed some games I played. But when I fell, he was the first man at my aid. My father tried a little harder at the balance thing. He coached my little league and tried to be the swing between providing and the present. Sometimes got it right, but there were months he worked the double shift all through the night. And Mama would explain it with a patient kind of grace. She said, he's building something, son. Don't take his tired face as anything but love expressed in its most worn out form. And I believed her, but I swore I'd find a better norm. Now here I am at 40, with my own kid waiting at the window when I'm working late, calculating how many dinners will be cold before I'm there. Overtime man, the legacy I carry, my whole self to a clock, and then I did. Overtime man, I see it in my kids' eyes. The look my father wore disguised as sacrifice. Overtime man, the best and worst I've had is this: I work this hard because I love them. Last Tuesday I left early, just walked out at 4. My supervisor stared and said, "You never done that before." I said, "No sir, and I should have done it years ago." Drove home and made spaghetti, burned it, but the glow on my daughter's face when I sat down to eat was worth 1,000 overtime checks and 2 more feet of distance from the man I told myself I'd always be. I think my grandpa would have liked this version of me. Overtime man, I'm learning something new. Overtime man, I'm coming home to. It's not about the money, God, we know it's not. It's about the fear of failing them with all you've got or nothing. So you pour yourself into the hours and lose the garden while you're busy watering the flowers. Next door, somebody else's flowers, somebody's bottom line, and your kid grows up one Tuesday at a time. Without you at the table, just a promise and a paycheck, and love that came in tired, love that never came back. Overtime man, I'm writing a new story. Overtime man, I'll still put in my hours. But when the whistle blows, I'm walking out that door, into the arms of everyone I'm actually working for. Overtime man, the legacy I'm leaving is a father at the table, a husband who is seeing. Is a father at the table, a husband who is seeing. That presence is the paycheck they remember in the end. Overtime man, I'm coming home again. Overtime man, I'm coming home. No matter what I did or where I went or how I came back, Mama kept the porch light on. That's just a fact. 3 in the morning from a bar, from a weekend in the wrong direction. I could always see it burning all night long. From the end of Maple Street, I'd look for it first thing, for the house before the driveway, that small glowing ring of yellow in the dark that said, this place still holds you, this place still waits, this light still knows you. I tested it at 17 when I stayed out 3 whole days at Tommy's house. We told our mothers we were in a haze of camping, which was mostly true, but also partly not. And And when I came back home, the light was on as all she's got to say she loves you without saying it out loud. Because you're 17 and awkward about the mother crowd, and she's too wise to push. She just leaves the signal burning and trusts that you'll come home when you stop your wild running. Now I'm 43 and she's got 80 years behind her, and the porch light's still her love. How could I not remind her that it's the thing I've carried longest in my chest? Porch light on, you always kept it burning. Porch light on, no matter how long I was turning away from home and towards some horizon or another. The porch light on was always there to say, here is your mother. North Star, come as you are, come as you are. Porch light on, it never asked me what I'd done. Porch light on, it just said, welcome back, son. Porch light on. I called her on a Tuesday from a hotel in Memphis when everything had fallen and I needed the genesis. Something solid she picked up on the second ring. She said, I had a feeling, baby, what's happening? And I told her all of it, the marriage and the money, the direction of my life that had stopped being funny or bearable. And she said, come home, I'll make the bed, the light's already on. And that's the thing, she said, she won't always be there, I know it, gotta know. The night will come when I turn down that road and the glow won't be burning at the end. How will I know home when the porch light's dark and I'm standing there alone? I know because she built it in me. 40 years of that light taught me what love looks like without fear of inconvenience or of hour of the mess we bring. She showed me love, love is just a light, a constant burning thing. Porch light on, I'm keeping it now for mine. Porch light on, burning steady, burning fine, for my own kids wherever they are and whatever they become. For the nights they need a signal on the way back home from some mistake or some adventure, doesn't matter which. I'll leave the porch light on and never flick the switch, because the mama taught me that's what love looks like in the dark. Porch light on, burning steady in my heart. Porch light on, porch light on, burning steady in my heart. Porch light on.